Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee and Crafting. My name is Lori. If you are new to my channel, welcome and thank you for finding me. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Today I have a different video to share. It's a walkthrough of my garden in my backyard that I've been working on for the past 4 years. My biggest reason for this video is to share my second announcement. I shared back in June that I had 2 announcements to make. One was my son's wedding back in June, and the second I was going to share in July. So here we are, but first I'm going to take you on a stroll through my garden. Enjoy. So welcome to my garden, and first of all, these are my potato plants. They're doing great. And next is my broccoli, which is doing extremely well. I'm very impressed. Then above my broccoli, that's a bed full of carrots. And one of my favorites to grow is zucchini. And there's a couple there, and there's a few more scattered around. Hopefully they won't take too long to grow so I can pick them. And this is my kale. This plant is 2 years old, and I just made some kale chips and they turned out really good. There's some celery, and then this is my cauliflower. I planted 6 cauliflowers this year, and they're doing really good. They're just starting to grow. And this is my butternut squash. I got a little baby there, and hopefully I'll get some more. And I planted corn this year, and the corn stalk's doing great. I planted 6 lettuce heads, and there is some more celery. In behind the celery, there's nothing there. I just planted some beans. This is my chamomile, which I picked the flowers and make tea. And I have some beans that I planted in there. This is one of my chives, which is about 5 years old. And, oh, look at a little butterfly. I saw that. Oh, it's so pretty. I was really lucky to be able to get that. And then I tried to, sorry everyone, I tried to follow him or her. But, and then I had a bumblebee flying around and, you know, doing some pollinating in my tomato plant, and tried to capture him as best as I could, but he was flying around too much, and then he kind of came over to me, chased me out of the way. This is my cucumber plant, which is doing really well. They're just little babies right now, but it'll take some time for them to grow, and hopefully in the next coming month I'll be able to start picking them. Oh, there. That's where I was running away from the bumblebee. Okay, sorry for all the movement. So back to my herbs. That is my dill. And the dill has flowered. Between the changing of the weather here where I live on the Bay of Fundy in New Brunswick, one day we can be really hot and sunny, and next day it's raining and foggy and cold and warm. So that's probably why it did go the way it did. Anyway, moving on. This is my raspberry bush. It's starting to it's starting to get some fruit. And then these are some of my perennials that I've picked. And yeah, so this is my garden. It's a mess because I'm still in the process of doing work. And this is an apple tree that we planted a couple of years ago. I didn't have any apples on it this year. Supposedly it skips every couple of years, so this must be the year it skips. This is my blueberry bush, which has grown so much in the past 3 years, and that's one of my strawberry starter plants. And this is my cherry tree. The cherries went crazy this year, and we got so much fruit from it. It was great. I just picked a big bowl, and now I have to go out and pick some more because they're ready to pick. This is our second cherry tree. We've had some issues with it, but it's doing better, and it did produce some fruit this year. Not as much as we hoped, but I'm happy with the progress with this tree. This is my garden bed. It's kind of out of control in there. These are like ground crawler plants that you see at the bottom. And I'm not sure. I might try to kind of take it out next year. This I changed. This is all new this year. And those are my Oriental Grass. And they will grow into some really pretty flowers at the end of the season. And then these are annuals. Not all my flowers are perennials, but majority of them are. And this is the back in behind my garage. There used to be a gazebo there. Last year was the last year for it. It's done as well for 5 years, but it was time for her to retire. So I built this. It's a wall. It also works as a privacy wall with my neighbors in behind. And I built it. I built and attached it to the garden beds there with some wood that I had. And that was a door out of our house. I haven't finished that corner yet, but it's in progress. I still have some work to do here. A garden is, I guess, it's no longer my hobby. It's like a full-time job, but I can only do so much every day, and eventually it'll be done. Now, you're probably wondering what all of these little dots are. They're little flowers, and they're falling from the tree above. It's everywhere. Every year we go through this, and I hate it. And it's from our neighbor's tree that doesn't really groom that tree, but it's getting to the point where it's actually affecting my property. I'm not sure how we're going to deal with this, but this is a mess, and I'm constantly out there cleaning. So this is about probably a half a week of not touching it, and you know, it's a shame. But anyway, I'm past that. I'm over it, and my focus is in some of my other areas. So I have some beans there, and this is another cucumber bed that I put in this year. And then there's some more perennials. And I have another butternut squash plant and a galvanized bucket, or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know, I'm checking to see. Oh, there she is. There's another one. So I'm excited for that plant to grow. And again, excuse some of the mess in the background. As I said, we've been constantly doing some projects here. It does take time. I had to put down all the mulch that you see all around this year. And in front of that area, that's part of my gazebo. I kind of made like a corner, and I'm going to probably make some curtains to hang there. But if you have any suggestions, please share them. Leave me a comment down below. So this is one of my tomato plants, and there's one of my beautiful hostas, which is doing very well there. She kind of likes it there. This is my strawberry garden, and every year we plant a couple new plants, and the one that you saw in the earlier, that will be transplanted in here towards the end of the summer. This plant produces strawberries all summer long, all summer. It's great, and they're really good. This year I've had a lot. And here is my perennial bed, and there's all different plants in here. That one there is a lavender, and here's one here. So I'm really terrible at saying what these plants are. I apologize. I'm still learning. I'm not a huge gardener. I'm an amateur and I have been for about 4 years. But I'm getting better, and eventually I might be able to say some of these and know them without looking at the little card. But for anyone that wants to know what these plants are, there you go. Or if you see one there and I didn't show you the tag and you want to know what it is, just send me a comment, or leave me a comment down below, and I'd be more than welcome to let you know what that plant is. That is the strawberry mint herb. Is lovely. It smells like strawberry shortcake. So if you do come across a strawberry mint herb, definitely buy it. It's great. We put the leaves in our smoothies, and it's really, really nice. I like my herbs, and I do have 2 herb garden beds. This is lemon thyme, and it has flowered, but that's okay because that'll produce more for next year. This is my sage, and my sage is flowering right now, which is okay because the seeds will go down in the ground and it'll keep on growing. So, but I can still pick it. I can still pick my sage and put it in, my tea. That is another chive, and that plant is 5 years old. It comes back year after year. I cut it about 3 or 4 times during the season. And these are my beets. They're slow growing, but they are growing. And here we just planted 3 rows of carrots. So that's why it's empty. There was some spinach in there, and that spinach is all done. Then I have my butternut crunch lettuce, and this is like a romaine lettuce beside it. And that's my rosemary. I like to drink rosemary and cucumber water in the summer. It tastes so good. Definitely make sure it's cold with lots of ice. And again, sorry for the mess. We've been doing some construction, and the construction has taken over. This is my beefsteak tomato plant, which is doing really good. That's a really big one, and that's growing in a pot. I find with my tomatoes, they do better in pots than they have in the garden. And those are my big daisies, which are great. The beautiful come back every year. This is one of my herb gardens, and that little sign there, my husband made these little tags with his laser machine for me, and it's he's having lots of fun with it. And these are my peas. Normally they're in the garden, but this year with some construction going on in our backyard, I decided to put them in pots because they do require a lot of care when they're in the garden, because they will grow like 7-8 feet, honestly, every year. It's crazy. So I'm going to try to keep them under control this year. This is the Patio tomato plant. I grow one every year in this green pot. They seem to do wonderful. This is the wicker laundry basket that I found at a secondhand shop, and I thought, hey, this would be really cool as a planter. So I put a lot of soil in it, and I planted one of my Oriental Grass. This is just a little tree that I bought many years ago. It's been growing in there ever since. So now this is my second announcement, and I'm so excited and thrilled and just overwhelmed with the excitement that I have right now. So back in March, we ordered a summer cabin from Bunkie Life from Ontario, Canada. This is a dream come true for me. This will be my special place to go and do my crafts, have my morning coffee, and just enjoy a space that I can call my own. And it's my she shed. So this is how it arrived, and it did take us one full day just putting the walls and the door frame, the window, all installed. And it's just a tongue and groove, and it's like a puzzle, and you just put it together. And there's my husband and his friend. My husband's just pounding away with the pine to get it locked in place. So we have the roof and the floor left to do. We are expecting some rain this evening, so we had to put a big tarp over it, as you saw in my video, just to protect it. And this weekend I will be staining the outside part, and I'm not sure about the inside yet, but I'm so happy to finally be able to share this with you. And back to my video, this is our stairs going into our home. There used to be a big deck that was off of the stairs. That's now where the summer cabin is, and we'll be doing some work there later on down the road. This is a cabinet that I purchased from Facebook Marketplace, and I just use it for some potting, flowers, etc. Again, I apologize for the mess in behind. We had to make a lot of space to install the Bunkie. So this is my she shed, and I'm looking for names of what I can name her. So if you have any suggestions, leave me a comment down below. This is my new workspace for my YouTube channel. I can't wait to start decorating it, just getting everything together to share with you. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please take a moment to consider and click the subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll be notified when I upload any new videos. And also give me thumbs up by clicking the like button. This helps my channel to continue to grow and be recognized. Thank you so much for being here today. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. So until then, have a beautiful day, and bye for now.